Okay, so we are recording now. Okay, I'm going to just share my screen and then I'll show you some of the changes that have happened.
Groovy.
So have you gone through the new discovery process videos?
I went through them, yes.
Okay. So this is just your dashboard when you sign into Global Affiliate Zone. So as you can see, instead of 13 steps, which is what it used to be, it's been condensed into 8 steps. And some of the things that are different, so Cameron George, which is actually the owner of Global Affiliate Zone, he's the one that designed this entire system. So he talks about why the internet, so it's kind of like moving from brick and mortar to click and order, which is the way that everything is going. So he explains the benefits of having a customer base all over the world and not being restricted to your geographical area as far as customers, because the only thing that a business needs in order to survive and thrive is a flow of customers and people to purchase products. So it talks about that. Stake Your Claim just talks about 5 things that you love to do. It's kind of like part of why it is that you want to start this and do this. It's just getting people to think. And all these videos are quite short. So anywhere from 10 minutes to, just over 30 minutes. So this process is quite quick. The shift talks about the tax benefits. Now this is advice for people in the US, because the fella that speaks in these videos and talks about the benefits, it is still knowledge that we can translate into Canada, but when it comes to having an LLC and incorporating things like that, there are differences in the States as compared to Canada. So there is a button there that you can book an appointment with him, but you can only book an appointment if you're in the States, because the tax information would not be pertinent in Canada.
Got it.
What do you want? So this step has the same 10 questions that they have to answer, like what has them wanting a change, what was their line in the sand moment, what have they put aside for advertising costs, what have they put aside for investment costs for a business, what's their dream day look like, how much are they committed to making in the next 12 months, things like that. So these are actually the questions that the advisor can see before the call, just to get to know the person better. So this is something that we look at. So ensuring that these questions are filled out in detail and with as truthfully as possible is always best. So step 6, Zerly. So Zerly is it's a software that Global Affiliate Zone has partnered with, which we get a discount. We get 60% off of this Zerly platform. And because you remember how it used to be that we had to purchase our own domains separately and things like that, and we never used to have websites. So now it's changing a little bit. I've built my entire business without a website. I just built my business off of my business page in Facebook. So it's not absolutely essential with people that are just getting started. But for people that have been in the business for a little bit longer, like even between 6 months and a year, it might be a good idea to start looking at a website just for your personal branding, and so that there's a place for people to get to know you if they want to learn more about you as a person and what it is that you do. So you can design your website however you like. The nice thing with Zerly is that instead of having to purchase domains separately from Namecheap or GoDaddy.com, they're included in Zerly.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and the other
Does
thing...
Does it include the email as well?
The email I'm not sure about. You don't need an email that has your name or your business name in it. It's definitely a nice touch, but it's free to create a new email.
Okay.
You can create a new email through Hotmail or Outlook or Gmail, and all those are free.
Okay, cool.
That's what I did too. I created a business email. I didn't create an email the way that Jaden Easton explained it, because I actually came originally from a different platform called Infinite Freedom. and we amalgamated with Global Affiliate Zone last year. So I didn't have that training that Jaden put together. I didn't have access to that training when I first started. Yeah, so my training was a little bit different, so I never went through that process, but I did create a business email, just a free one through Outlook.com.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, and so the other thing that's offered in Zerly is something called an SSL certificate. So as you can see up here in the search engine, it's got that little lock.
Mm-hmm.
So an SSL certificate just means that your website is secure. So if you have any personal information on your website for you, or if you have any spots for customers to put their name and email or credit card information or whatever the case is, if you're selling products on your website directly, if you don't have this SSL certificate, Google is going to label your website as not secure.
Oh, okay.
So that's another thing. So it basically means that it's not safe to put any personal information into this website, is what it says. Now, that's not necessarily the case, but it just adds more peace of mind to your customers. So that is also included in Zerly, the platform. That's all inclusive with the one fee. So with the 60% off, it works out to be $29 a month or $200 a year.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that something we're commissioned on at all, or no?
Yeah, we do. We do get a commission off of this.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is. No.
I think Nathan signed up for it. I saw that come through. I'm like, oh, what the hell's Zerly?
Yeah. Well, then how much did you get? Do you remember?
I didn't notice a payment. I just saw that he had signed up. Maybe I can look it up real quick on my phone.
Yeah, I think if you go to your what is it? I wonder if your affiliate. Maybe affiliate sales. You might be able to look in there, see what you can.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had anybody purchase Zerly because I actually tell people that are brand new not to, because they don't need it. It's just another expense. And lots of times when people are first starting out, finances are not always in the best situation.
Right.
So I would rather them have that capital to get a distributor number rather than purchasing a website that they can get later down the road.
Right. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's just what I tell people. And like, honestly, if we look out for the best interest of our people, like, I know that we get a commission off of it, but I would rather them save that money and get a distributor number so that they can get commissions on the products, and me get a commission from their website subscription.
Right. I agree with you.
Yeah. So number 7, the sales machine. So Cameron George just talks about what it takes to build a company and all the components of building a company. So he talks about Facebook, which is where the customers see your advertisements, to the landing pages, to the webinar. And he talks about how that process works. And he talks about within Global Affiliate Zone, part of what we do to function is that we have the affiliates that do the advertising. We have the advisors, that is basically the sales floor. And then we have the admin staff and infrastructure in place to make sure that everything runs smoothly, which includes the programs that pay us our affiliate commissions, the customer service, the tech support, all those essential moving parts that helps the business function properly. So he breaks that down as well.
Okay.
And then number 8, what you should sell. So this just talks about if you don't already have a service or a product that you are selling or promoting, Global Affiliate Zone is an education platform. We are very, very fortunate that we get 30% commissions off of the platform itself, but that is not usually enough to make a full-time income. So you do need to have a product or service that you sell on the back end. And
nice. I like the segue there. That's great.
Yeah, and so this directs people to this menu, this left-hand side menu over here, to the offer section.
Okay.
So then in the offer section, these videos have been changed. It used to be with Balaj that the process they would go through was called the ultimate solution. So that is no longer compliant with, I think it's the FTC is the the company is called. It's a government agency that
Okay.
just basically protects customers from being misled or duped or things like that. So
Sure.
they have regulations in place of how to be compliant with your advertising and when you're promoting your products. So this very first video, as you can see, is 54 minutes. And in this video, Balazs only talks about the K8, and he directs people to the Enagic back office to look at their other products. So if this is the only video that your people watch, all they will know about is the K8. As you know, typically when it comes to people building a business, we try and structure them in the best way possible that they're earning double the commissions right away.
Right.
And how we do that is with the trifecta and the quad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So in order for them to learn about any of the other products and also to have access to Dr. Michael's presentation, they have to click on this blue button down here, which is where they have access to the bonus material. So this is the original video that they would have already watched, the 54 minutes. And then these are the other 2 bonus trainings. So this water demo with Balazs, he talks about even bottled water like Dasani and Fiji, how they're acidic and what that means when it comes to consumption. And then this video has Dr. Michael's presentation in it.
Okay.
And he talks about the Anespa and the Ukon at the end of the video. So it's this last video that's the only way that they would know about the other products and what the trifecta is. So in order to have a productive call with an advisor, they need to complete all of these.
Complete all of these. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. So the other thing that I will show you that's really important. So I have a document that I put together that outlines all of these things, but if you're just talking to your people, make sure that once they've completed all of their videos before their advisor call, that they go to the affiliate center here. And the first time that they do that, there's going to be a video that pops up of Julian Sherman. And he explains that in order to become an affiliate with Global Affiliate Zone, that they do need to review the advertising policies in the affiliate agreement. So all they have to do is watch that video, and then once they watch that video, then they just scroll to the bottom of that page, and there's 2 little check boxes down here that they just tick off, and then there's a blue button over here that says submit application.
Mm-hmm.
So they need to do that in order to unlock the rest of their training.
Okay.
So it does tell them that once they submit their application, that the approval process takes at least 24 hours. So getting your people to do this as soon as possible will ensure that when they're ready to start their training, that all of their stuff is unlocked.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, so before their affiliate application has been approved, they do not have access to any of these affiliate links.
Okay.
Okay. And they won't until after the first 24 hours after they submit that.
Okay.
So the first training that I get everybody to go through is your first 30 days, which is found under the Affiliate Center. I know typically in the past we've been told to always go to the Training Academy for the training. And Facebook Ad Mastery is typically the thing that we start with first, but Facebook Ad Mastery is outdated at this point in time, and they're in the process of updating it.
Okay.
So that's why I always get people to go through your first 30 days first, because this is brand new training. It is up to date, and it has all of the same components that Facebook Ad Mastery has in the beginning when it comes to setting up your account and setting up your Facebook page.
Okay.
Okay, and it's set up in a 4-week structure. So the very first week goes into how to season your business page, how to get your domains and all those types of things. Week 2 talks about creating an ad and boosting posts and things like that, and so on and so forth. So if you have not gone through this training, I highly recommend that you do.
I should.
Yeah, for sure. Because you want to make sure, especially when you have buyers coming in, that you're giving them the proper information as far as what's up to date. Because as you know, the internet changes all the darn time.
Right.
So we do need to make sure that we're up to date.
Yep.
And the other part of being up to date is going to Transformational Tuesdays, because that's our tech training.
Mm-hmm.
So Matthew Jang and Tyler Caldwell and Julian Sherman and Dakota, all those fellas that are typically on Transformational Tuesdays will be updating us as time goes on, because sometimes they can't update our training fast enough, but as long as you're going to the live weekly trainings, it will ensure that you are getting the most up-to-date information. Yeah, and so the next training that I get people to go through once they're done their first 30 days is What's Working Now. Now, What's Working Now is all about the 1-minute video strategy. Do you know what the 1-minute video strategy is?
I caught the second and the third. I missed the first Transformational Tuesdays video about it. So maybe if you want to do a quick synopsis, that'd be great.
Yeah, for sure. So basically the 1-minute video training. So because Facebook is a social, it's a social media platform, Facebook is competing with other social media platforms such as YouTube and Instagram. So they are favoring videos. Now, as you know, Facebook's algorithm tracks everything that it is that we do on Facebook, and it also tracks how people interact with our content. So with people and our very, very busy lives and short attention spans and things like that, if you have long drawn out videos, people are just not going to watch them all the way through unless it's at night and they're at home or whatever the case is. So the 1 minute, if Facebook's algorithm sees that you have, say, a 5-minute video and people are only watching 10 seconds of your video, they are not going to deliver that video effectively, because it's telling the algorithm that people are not enjoying what they see.
Right.
And Facebook wants to deliver content to people that they're enjoying. So when you have a video that's only 1 minute, typically people, if they're going to commit to watching that video, they're going to watch it all the way through.
Right.
So if Facebook sees that people are watching your videos all the way through, or even 50% of the way, they are going to deliver that video much more effectively for less cost to you, because they see that people are enjoying that video and are watching most of it or all of it.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, so this 1-minute video strategy, it's a 3x3 grid, which you'll find out in the training. So it's also known as a video funnel. So kind of like our sales funnel, where somebody sees our advertisement, then they go to our landing page, then they go to our webinar, then they get on a call they purchase the 99 to get onto Global Affiliate Zone, then they talk to an advisor, and then they purchase a product. Do you see how? So it starts out with a lot of people at the beginning of the funnel when everybody's seeing your ad, and then people that are interested in what it is that you're doing, they go further and further down the sales funnel.
Right.
So it's the same thing with a video funnel. So people that are watching your 1-minute videos at the top of your funnel, then you're going to retarget all those people that watched over 50% of your video, and you're going to retarget them with your second set of videos, and it's going to keep going down the funnel. So at the end of the funnel, there's going to be people that have seen a lot of your videos. They're most likely to know you, like you, trust you at that point in time, and they're much more likely to buy and be kind of a customer that you're able to retain down the road, rather than somebody that just sees you once, makes an impulse click, on your ad, and then you start talking to them, and so on and so forth. So it's just a more effective way to advertise. And this training came directly from Dennis Yu, that has spent over $1 billion in Facebook advertising and has a direct line to the Facebook business platform.
Got it.
Out in California, I think, is where their head office is, Florida or something. Yes.
Sweet. Wow. Yeah, that's huge.
So this is very important training. Now, this is supposed to supplement your conversion ads. So this is not an excuse to not have a conversion ad running. Okay, and that's very important to point out to people. Your first and foremost, your bread and butter is to have a conversion ad running. So story ads, as I just pointed out, videos are, because Facebook is competing with other primary video platforms, they are favoring videos. So story ads are not as effective because Facebook is not delivering them as effectively, because it's not what Facebook wants to see. So,
So video ads.
yeah, video ads are most effective. Keep them under 2.5 minutes. And also, yeah, so anyway, make sure that that's what your people are focusing on first. They get that sorted out and get that running before they start doing these 1-minute video strategies, and always be testing against your conversion ad.
Got it.
Okay. So I'll just pop over to the training academy here and I'll point out some new training. So in that document that I did up,
I think you sent that to me too.
I think I did. And I do have an updated version, and I'm going to be updating it again. So I'll send you the updated version once I get it sorted out.
Do you mind if I share it with my new people?
No, of course, share it. I think I sent it to Nathan as well.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So once they finish your first 30 days, which is the first training, and then they do their What's Working Now, which is the 1-minute video training, I recommend to people that they do Aaron Frazier's Live with Purpose Values training. And I put that in the document, so you don't need to remember this. But the reason for that is because this values training gets very clear on your why, and it gives you tons of ideas for content.
Nice.
So with 1-minute videos, sometimes people struggle to think of what it is that they want to talk about. So this will really help them come up with content that is valuable that they can do their 1-minute videos about. And then the next thing I have people go through is Dakota's video training. So this is all about video editing software, how to edit your 1-minute videos and add captions and subtitles and things like that.
Sweet.
Yeah. The next thing, so follow-up fundamentals are all about email responder.
Right.
I don't personally use this because the open rate for emails, it's not great. Yes. So we teach our team to use a tool called ManyChat. It's only $10 a month, so it's very inexpensive. It saves everybody's information, same as an email funnel would, or an email list, pardon. So ManyChat, people subscribe to your ManyChat, and you can use your ManyChat as your follow-up, and it's content from you. Instead of just words that people read in an email, you can send them a video, you can send them a photo with a little write-up, you can send them gratitude practices, you can send them a link to a workshop. It's just the capabilities are very vast.
Can I ask you a question on that?
Yes.
I had at the end of the year last year, they were talking that you had to do some stuff with linking it up with Facebook.
ManyChat?
Yeah, you had to like send in a petition to and like show examples of what you'd be using ManyChat for. Have you gone through any of that?
No, I've never had to do that. So when you set up your ManyChat account, and maybe they've updated it from when you were told that. Was that recent or like ages ago?
It was at the end of the year. There was a big thing through our, I'm a big part of the Freedom Team, those guys in Australia.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that were telling everybody that you needed to make sure that you got approved to use ManyChat in sync with your Facebook account. And certain people were getting approved and other people were getting denied.
Oh.
And I got like denied temporarily, but so I haven't really been using ManyChat, and I didn't know if it was. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Well, that's a really good point that you bring up. I have never had those challenges, but I've had my ManyChat for almost a year.
Okay.
So it could be that those processes were implemented after I set up my ManyChat. Now,
Okay.
that being said, Facebook is going to be coming up with their own autoresponder software because they're innovating, which is great, because ManyChat is an amazing tool, but Facebook sees that people are using it and they want to automate follow-up. So Facebook is designing their own
Oh, okay.
that is going to be included in the platform.
Got it.
Yes, but it hasn't, as far as I know, it hasn't been implemented as of yet. So I still use ManyChat. I've never had challenges like that where about being approved or anything like that.
Okay. Cool. I just thought I would check in.
Yeah, for sure. But that's good to know for people coming in, because when you hit roadblocks unexpectedly, kind of throws you off kilter. But if you know, like if you expect that, you may have to go through an approval process, then we've already pre-committed. It's like, okay, even if I have to go through an approval process, I'm committed to doing this. So it's not going to be a big challenge when people go through that.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is perfect. So no, you have more knowledge on that than I do. That's for sure.
Okay. All right, cool. I got that down.
Yeah.
Investigate getting my ManyChat moving again. So great.
Yeah, it's a really powerful tool because if you don't follow up with your people, then you're leaving money on the table, because it could be that it just wasn't the right time, or they seen your message and did something else, and then it's buried in their messages and they've just forgotten. So definitely following up with your people is very, very important. And I love that about ManyChat, because you can send out broadcasts, even like right before a workshop, you can send a broadcast out to all the people that are subscribed in your list, which could be thousands of people.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, rather than you have to go through manually and inviting everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's good.
Awesome.
So follow-up fundamentals, yeah. So I don't typically use this. I use ManyChat, but that's just me. The resource is there to teach you and to help you. So especially people just starting out, this is a great thing to go through and to get set up if they don't have a lot of extra money, like, to get ManyChat or to set it up, or, people that are working full-time and stuff like that. Maybe they just need to start a little bit slower, which is fine.
Right. Okay.
Copywriting crash course. This is all about, so all the writing, whether it's in an email or whether it's on a post or whatever, all of that is called copy.
Right.
And copy is a skill in itself, as far as knowing the words and structuring sentences that are compelling to people. It's kind of like professional writers that write news articles. You need to have like a really compelling headline, a catchy first paragraph that grabs people's attention, that gets them to read the whole article. Mm-hmm. That is what copywriting is all about. Okay. Really? There's a huge psychology when it comes to advertising and copywriting and things like that. It's definitely a specialized skill. So this course will help you, learn some of those skills, because we are advertising. And so it just gives people a leg up. And some resources there.
Really?
Yeah. So Millionaire Mindset with Cameron George and Julian Sherman is amazing. I'm actually going to, part of the changes I'm making to my document is I'm going to have people go through this before they start in the first 30 days, because it helps them pre-commit that, honestly, even if this takes 2 years, like, is it worth it to you to have a business that you can work from home and that you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars? Is it worth it? Because this pre-commitment and this pre-framing of the mindset is really going to help people push through the hard times and the disappointments. If their first ad doesn't just fly off the wall and go crazy, then, people will be able to push through writing their second and third ad and fourth ad. And it's just part of the process. Nobody made $1 million overnight with doing no work ahead of time. So sometimes we get into this trap of instant gratification. And if it doesn't work right away, then it doesn't work at all. Well, that's just not the case. That's your mindset is where the issue is there.
Right.
Same thing with vision and clarity with Jang. I'm also going to have people go through this sooner rather than later, because it's extremely valuable, and he teaches you tricks about reading and how to retain and implement information. So that's really great as well. And then Eric Carlson's GAS Fit Plan is new. You can go through that. There's some health tips and exercise tips in there. I've already been through Aaron Fraser's Hidden Money training, but people that are on a tight budget, this is great for them to go through. It talks about your cable subscription, going through subscriptions that you have that you maybe don't use, even if it's like an Xbox subscription or iTunes, or you can cut back your cable to save money. When Aaron Fraser went through this, he found, I think, $800 every month that he was spending on things he didn't even realize.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this
That's
is really,
crazy.
yeah, this is great for people that are on a tight budget. And then Podcasting Precision 101. This is more advanced training for people that have already built their business to a 6A at least.
Okay.
Because you don't want to take on more things if you haven't mastered
Right.
basic Facebook and advertising and have that success. Sorry.
That's fine.
So yeah, this is advanced training. I'm not even at the point that I would get into this, and I've been doing this for 2 years.
Got it.
So yeah.
Okay.
Do you have
Groovy. So I mean, when people sign up right now, I mean, the main thing is to get them through those first 8 videos and to try to get them through the offers before they have their coaching discovery call.
Yes, sir. Those are absolutely essential. It is a waste of our time and their time if they have not completed that content, because I'm going to be asking them questions about the products. And if they have not seen those videos, they are not going to know what I'm talking about.
Got it. Okay.
Now,
Okay.
if somebody has a previous service that they do, like I just talked to a gal not that long ago that she was already working for a jewelry company, and she had to purchase inventory and things like that. And it wasn't like a multi-level or affiliate marketing kind of situation. But I told her, like, go through the offers tab, because the thing that people don't realize, even if they have a company that they're previously promoting or whatever the case is, I have never found a company that pays out over 50% of what the products retail for. So people are doing the same amount of work, but they're making 5% commissions or 20% commissions. So once they see the Enagic compensation plan, it's very clear to see that, especially because it has retirement built into the comp plan with the residual income, and that you're making a lot more. Like the base amount that you make is a minimum of $100. The max amount that you make is $6,400 per sale. So this gal that I spoke to not that long ago, she had to purchase inventory every single month, and she had purchased over $1,500 worth of inventory in the calendar year of 2018, and she only made $100.
Oh my God.
Yeah, in profits. So her expenses were huge. Her profit margins were extremely low. She had to deal with returns and shipping and handling and all those types of things. That's another thing that we don't have to deal with. We don't have to have insurance for products that we, house in our garage. We don't have to deal with returns or shipping costs, because Enagic has offices all over the world. So these are things that I bring up with people, even if they have a previous business or company that they're promoting, because it's the same amount of time, effort, and energy to sell a product, to sell a bracelet that costs $10 and you get $2 commission, or to sell, an Enagic water machine. It takes the exact same advertising effort. So it's essential for them to go through all of those videos.
Great. That was the biggest thing, was that I wanted to be the biggest support for them getting on these coaching calls with all you guys. And then as far as my follow-up from that, what is the protocol from there? Like after they've had their coaching call with you and they've gone through all the videos already, and am I the one that actually walks them through getting them, all their products on, like doing all the paperwork and whatnot?
No, sir. So it is the job of the advisor to get the paperwork sorted out.
Okay.
So what we talk about, if we're not able to talk about it on our very first advisor call, we will schedule a follow-up call and we talk about financing and securing financing and capital for purchasing their products.
Okay.
So that's what Nathan and I have been talking about. So we can give suggestions based on interest rate and based on our knowledge of financing and things like that. But ultimately, they need to fill out the applications and they need to secure financing themselves. So based on what it is that they can secure for financing, that will determine what we are going to move forward with. So if they have good credit and they're able to get if they're able to get $16,000, for example, which is how I first got started, I got a quad. And in Canada, that's typically what the cost of a quad is. So if they're able to get that kind of capital and that's the way that they would like to get started in their business, then that is what we will go forward with. If they are, if they don't have great credit, or if they don't have the finances in place, we may be looking at an UConn, which is fine.
Sure.
And in extenuating circumstances, if people aren't able to get started right away, I will still suggest to them to build their business, go through the training, and then when they have a buyer come in, we can put their UConn paperwork in right before their buyer's paperwork goes through, and they can start saving up money in the meantime.
Right.
So you don't always need to go through third-party financing. Enagic also has their own in-house financing.
Right, yeah. I helped one of my guys do that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's great if you want to do your own paperwork and you have that skill set. That is great, but you do not have to do that. I've always, because I came from a previous platform that we always had to do our own paperwork, so I know how to do paperwork. And now that I'm an advisor, I mean, I do it every single day, so it's easy for me.
Right.
But for new people coming in, they're not responsible for filling out the paperwork or knowing the ins and outs of financing. That is the job of the advisor. You are the go-to when it comes to training, the community, the platform. We only deal with, like, in the advisor call, we make sure that they're on the right track, that they have all the tools to get started in the training.
Ashley, can you hold on just 1 second? Ashley Congan's calling me right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hello, this is Andrew. Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm not sure where it was.
We were just talking about the paperwork and stuff, and I was just trying to figure out, because Nathan had said something to me also about that, and it sounded a little different than what I'm familiar with. He was saying that basically if he does a trifecta, we're going to put one product under his name, one under mine, and then one in your guys' business. Is that right?
No. So how it works, if he gets a trifecta, so in order to get your distributor number, you need to be sponsored by somebody who already has one.
Yes.
Which is great because we're not competing with the company itself. Everything needs to go through a distributor. So the way that we structure the trifecta is that the UConn would go underneath you, underneath your distributor number, because you have to sponsor him, and that's how he's going to get his distributor number. And then the Anespa and the K8, or whatever the products are, the other two products are going to go underneath his distributor number.
Ah, okay.
So it's probably just a misunderstanding. I don't explain it that way, but because it is a lot to explain and comprehend when you don't know, when it's the first time that you're hearing how the compensation plan works and how the point system works and all those things, it probably just got mixed up and translated.
Yeah, I kind of figured so, and I'm like, that sounded interesting. I'm going to double check with her and just find out.
That's okay.
Yeah. Thank you for the clarification on that. So, groovy. I mean, I think that's most of the stuff that I was unclear about, but if there's other things that you feel like I should know, I'm happy, to soak it up. I'm just wanting to be able to be providing all my new affiliates with the best info I can as they're beginning. So
yeah, for sure. So one thing that I really, really like about you and your style is that you do very good follow-up. You know where your people are at. You connect with them on the phone. Connecting with people on the phone or on a Zoom meeting is very important because it shows that you're a real person and you're the one that's going to be mentoring them. I just, my time with them is very brief in the grand scheme of things. So the affiliates themselves need to develop those relationships with their buyers.
Yeah.
So that's very important. And I love that you get on the phone and take that time with people. One thing to note is that the training is going to be updated again to the 2.0 version, either at the end of February or in March. They're in the process of getting all of those things done. The advisory process is going to be updated again. So there's going to be some new components to that. Okay. So once we get to that point, I don't know what the changes are going to be, but once we get to that point, then we can have a conversation again.
Okay.
And yeah, so, I mean, your role is mentoring them through their, business process and through the training. Like I said, my role is very brief in their lives. I help them with financing, sorting out what product it is that they're going to promote and sell for starting their business. And yeah, basically products and financing and just a brief overview of the platform to make sure that they're on the right track and know what it is that it will provide for them with building a business. So that's my role. But yeah, I do continue to support people if they need additional help. But first and foremost, I direct them to you, the affiliate, and also your upline. So say, for example, you're brand new and you maybe don't know the answers to everything, which is fine because you're learning as well. That's what your upline or your mentor is for as well, to support everybody within their organization.
So from your perspective, with everything where it's at right now, with a scenario like Nathan, Nathan's in a position where he didn't have all the money up front, so he's waiting for financing. He's going through training. As far as my follow-up with him about his financing, should I be doing follow-up with him or should I keep redirecting him back to communicating with you?
Yeah, you can redirect him to me. If you're comfortable having those conversations with him, then you can. But if you're not comfortable with it, then that's fine because your role is different than my role. My role is to ask the hard questions. To go through some of the more uncomfortable stuff.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out because I want to train these guys in the sense of what they should be doing rather than what they feel like they need to be doing, because I think a lot of people's hesitancy is that they're going to have to do sales, and so I don't want to be teaching them that they have to do sales follow-up calls if that's not the thing that they should be getting trained on, you know what I mean? Because everything I'm doing with them, I'm basically beginning the training on this is what you're going to need to do down the road.
Yeah. So no, at this point in time and when people are first getting started, they don't need to do that. Like me in an advisor position and in the position that I am in my business, I'm comfortable having those conversations with my own people as well as other people.
Sure.
So when you get to that point, that's fine because it gives you more control of seeing where your people are at. And when you know where they're at with their finances, you can suggest or recommend before they even get on the call to pre-frame the call. But when you're first beginning, you don't need to be doing that. That's why we have a sales floor built within Global Affiliate Zone.
Right. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Groovy. And that, what is it? Is it 4A? When you hit 4A, they give you the option to start doing coaching calls or something like that?
That is going to be changing. So in order to be a coach or an advisor, you need to, all of our numbers are tracked based on our sales volume, based on our closing rate, and what it is that we primarily sell. So the commission structure for the advisors is changing, and the only people that are going to be able to be advisors need to prove that they have an excellent closing rate.
Wow.
Yeah, and that skill set in place. Not anybody can be an advisor anymore, and it's also not a part-time position that someone can do while they're building a business. They are transitioning to have a full-time sales staff.
Got it. Do you mind me asking what's your sales background?
I don't have any. I'm a nurse.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
how did you jump into this whole role then?
Well, my fella actually, he's much more of a, he's a better salesman, and he taught me some things. And we also,
Nice.
like, the previous coach training, we did have training and we are certified before we're able to get onto the coaching floor and actually take calls. And the training is just getting better and better and better. But now that we're tracking all of our numbers and our closing rates, now people are going to, that's going to qualify them in order to be in that position. Yeah, because like for me starting out, I may be, like, I had to learn a lot of things. And basically, Global Affiliate Zone doesn't want people to be doing it part-time and learning as they go. They want them to have the skill set in place already so that sales are not being lost at the expense of the affiliate for silly.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely. That's important. And I think,
Absolutely.
where I'm at with my business, because it's starting to grow, I'm starting to go a little bit faster than I used to. I'm trying to boost up my own sales, my own closing ability with people, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to get information. One, to funnel them into these coaching calls the best way that I can, but two, when I can and when I feel the rapport is there, to help the sale move along smoother. So I guess I'm kind of picking at trying to find the right avenue of how to support these guys and also grow myself.
Yeah, for sure. So how long have you been doing this for?
I just started we really officially started last February. So it's been almost a year.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're at that point in your business that you're probably quite a prominent leader within your team. And if you're comfortable facilitating and supporting your new people as far as following up with with the sale and how things are going, definitely be in touch with the advisor if your people are brand new. Like, we're all of us as advisors, we don't mind being asked questions. We're not scary people. If you want to know more about how a call went or whatever the case is, and you indicate that you're so-and-so's upline and so-and-so is brand new, I'd be more than happy to share that information with you.
Okay.
You indicate who it is, who the direct affiliate is, because there is a privacy policy also in place. So we're not just going to give information to just anybody, but if you're the upline of the affiliate directly, then that's fine. Also, one thing that I wanted to mention is make sure that your people are always putting their new buyers in a 3-way chat with their advisor.
Got it.
The first thing, because then that way, because I have a video, I'm not sure if you've seen the video, but I have a video that I put together where I actually do a screen share and show them where everything is in the back office and show them how to get to the offer section and to go to the bonus, how to get to the bonus training. Okay. And I say in my video, like, if you're all done all these steps, then we can move on a call. All you need to do is contact me. If you're not done these steps, then we will not be able to have our call, and the call will need to be rescheduled until there's a time that you're able to finish all these videos and all this content so that we can have a productive conversation about building a business.
Got it.
So definitely very important to get the advisor and the buyer in contact, because we have their phone number and their email, but sometimes people's names are different on Facebook, or they don't answer numbers that they don't recognize. So it saves our time as well, not having to text and email people. It's easier to send them a video in Messenger. And then there's that first touch as well.
Got it. Can I ask you another big question?
Yeah.
Can I request you guys at all?
Yeah, you can. We can have calls transferred and things like that. Yeah.
Just because I appreciate you taking the time out of your day today to just, I know that this is extra off of your clock and things you could be doing otherwise. I appreciate the extra hand in helping me follow this through. And I just feeling that myself, I love the idea of being able to, one, offer you guys that opportunity to be with, my new starters and possibly give you guys more business, because you guys make commission, right?
Yeah.
When sales close. So if you're open with that, I mean, I'd love to refer you and your spouse to my coaching calls as they come in.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, for sure. Right now, we don't get commissions on closed sales. We get $25 for an initial call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is good. We still get paid. And like I said, the commission structure is changing, coming up here pretty quickly. But yeah, you can always request an advisor that resonates with you. Absolutely. Yeah, and I appreciate you thinking that I'm worthy of doing your calls. Absolutely.
Well, I know that anybody that's taking this amount of time, just out of their day just to chat with me, like that's, again, like I felt from the beginning, going above and beyond. And that's the kind of, that's the way that I want my people that's the energy that I'm trying to bring into all of my calls, is to show them that I'm willing to go above and beyond for them. So I appreciate it and would love to keep that reciprocity moving forward for you guys. So
yeah, for sure. Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that too. Yeah.
What's your spouse's name?
His name's Jordan.
Jordan. Do you guys have the same last name?
No, we don't actually. We're not married.
Okay.
But
what's your last name?
His last name is Ganshorn, so it's Ganshorn.
Shorn. Okay.
And then my name is Ashley Martin.
Martin. Great.
Yeah.
Groovy. And you guys are on Mountain Time, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so 2 hours behind us. Good. And it's nice for me to be able to have like somebody over in that range, because I've had a couple of people that, leads that were over in, Pacific time. It's easier to get connected with them than it is over here in Eastern Standard Time. So
yeah, the time difference is a real bugger sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciated it. I mean, we've chatted for quite a while now, but I appreciate it. And
yeah, of course.
I feel like this, I have a much better understanding of the process now that's going on. So thanks.
Okay. No, I'm glad. The only thing, like, I will send you over this recording raw. The only thing I would be careful with sending it to people is just because we mentioned Nathan specifically.
Oh, yeah.
So just to make sure, maybe edit it out, or just be careful who you're sending it to, so that Nathan doesn't feel singled out or whatever. Because we talked about his finances and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah. And more so for my own self to refer back to, and then if there's little snippets, like where I want to send them a chunk of, like, more so that chunk of, here's what you do from here to here. That's probably the main chunk I'll snip out and send to people.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I don't think I'll be able to send this in Messenger because it's too long. But what I'll do is I'll upload it to YouTube, and then I'll send you the YouTube link. And then from YouTube, you can, I think it's called Catch, that you can actually download it onto your computer so that you can edit it.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to stop the